it's Linda here. Thanks for joining me today as I play with these goodies for Scrapbook Boutique. It's been a couple of months since I've actually made a video, so hopefully I can remember how to do it. In that time we've moved house and then had a month without internet, so finally we're back in action here, so I'm looking forward to reconnecting with everybody and getting back into the swing of things on my YouTube channel. So, starting out today using some paper tray ink colours of cardstock today. I just love these two colours together. And first of all, cutting the Spellbinders Swirl Heart die from this beautiful tealy blue colour. Back and forth a few times in the big shot just to make sure everything cuts through nicely. And then gently removing the die cut piece from the die using my little pokey tool to give me a hand. Then I'm going to fill those insert pieces on the Swirl Heart die with the beautiful pink cardstock. And once I've got all those little bits removed, it's time to lay the die down onto the pink cardstock and cut it again. And it's back and forth through the big shot a few times just to make sure you get a nice clean, clear cut. Now it's not a difficult card at all today, very simple design, nothing that would be too difficult for you at all. But just to help me with these pieces from the Swirl Heart die this time, so the inner pieces, I'm going to use some of this press and seal product that you would have heard Jennifer Maguire talking about since her husband designed it apparently. It's a product that comes from America. So I think I've grabbed some from a shop overseas, shared the cost of it with a friend. We halved the product and that'll give us heaps to last us for a zillion years in our paper crafting. So here you can see I've cut the Swirl Heart die from that pink cardstock, laid it onto the press and seal so that all those little pieces will stick down and not be lost. And now I'm just working out where my blue Swirl Heart is going to go on my card. Just using a white card base, wanted it to be fairly clean and not too cluttered look for my card today, so I'm going to have just a little bit of the Swirl Heart off to the side of the card, and that bit will be cut off and removed. So getting it in position using the liquid adhesive, thinking about where I'm going to stick my Altenew script words to sentiment, just making sure that it's going to work across the bottom of the Swirl Heart there. And now it's a matter of adhering in the center of all those little die cut spaces, inlaying all the little pink pieces so I can gently remove them from their original die cut. The press and seal helps hold them in place until you want them. That way you know exactly what goes where and there's no issues with bits getting mixed up or falling all over the place, and then you trying to put together the jigsaw, which can be rather laborious and perhaps a little annoying, so I didn't have that problem using the press and seal. So just using my little pin there to poke the end of my glue dispenser, getting a little bit inky, needing a tissue, a little bit gluey here, using a tissue just to clean things up. And in my glue bottle there, I have some of the Express It liquid glue that I do like to use. I find it to be a good price, lasts a long time, and I just pour the amount I need into my small applicator bottle from the larger Express It bottle, and it seems to last me a good while, which is fantastic. Gives me more money to spend on the more important things like dies and stamps and Copic markers and so on. I don't want to spend a heap of money on glue when I can spend it on those fun things instead. Right, getting the last little piece of the puzzle into place there, pressing it all down and just flipping it over and cutting off those little excess pieces. And then you can see you've got the pink swirl heart there that can be used on another card, which is part of the joy of this sort of design. Now all around my design I've decided I'm going to add some Nuvo crystal drops, and the colour I've got here is Neptune. So just squeezing out small drops. They're not all exactly the same size, I'm not quite that OCD, but I keep them fairly small and just add a nice little dotty pattern all the way around my swirl heart, which just adds that extra bit of texture and detail to the design. So once all my Nuvo drops have dried, it's time to add my sentiment, and as you can see it's from the Altenew Script Words 2 set. Run it back and forth a few times in my big shot because this is quite a thick glitter cardstock from American Crafts, and it does take a little bit to cut through this thickness. Using my liquid adhesive on the back and then laying it into place, making sure it's where I want it to be. And then my card is pretty much done except for a smattering of sequins as the finishing touch. Thanks for joining me today. It's been lovely to have you here, and I hopefully will be back very soon with another video.